falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. He'll get this to the rookie from TCU. That's Jalen Reagor. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
First and 10 at the 30.
And now you saw exactly why the rookie out of TCU, Jalen Reagor, was selected in the first round by the Philadelphia Eagles. Great quickness, terrific speed, adds a deep threat to the lineup. And remember, Carson Wentz threw for over 4,000 yards last year and didn't have a single wide receiver who had catches over 500 yards. A terrific addition by the Eagles in the first round, albeit a bit of a surprise. I think they're going to like what they get out of this young man from Fort Worth.
At the 48-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion. Second and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is third and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on first and 10. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
Now a second down and 6. Former Heisman winner. This is Mark Ingram. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone. They need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. And what a golden break here. This ball is going to be touchdown, but just outside of the red zone.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at the Ravens' 25-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Wentz. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
For Philadelphia.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
First down, Baltimore.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Caught right side, it's Snead. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
He uncorks it for Snead, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Tried to get it to Willie Snead there, but it's going to be second down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So in Raven territory now, here's a first and 10 down at the 31.
Mike, 58 right there. Here we go, D. It's just me and you.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. The safeties were well back there, and he had a lot of room. Were they in the cover, too?
Yeah, they were, and the safeties were back. You know, usually they're 12 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, somewhere around the hash mark for each of them.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
The 29-yard line.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Michael Kendricks made the
back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down.
And a Raven first down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Credit the sack to the safety, Rashad Jones.
It's 2nd down.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Jackson from the shotgun. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Brought in left side by Snead. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone.
To kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now James returning. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Ball carrier.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now Wentz gets this one to Joshua Perkins. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
2nd down at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. Ingram's got the 1st down and more. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big effort that time out of Ingram. 62 yards. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the...
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now Wentz on the bootleg. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target. And it's second down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working from the gun, Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. He's got a man, complete. It's a gain of 35.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
39-yard line.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On second down, it's Sanders. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Tackle made.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he connects with Ertz. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He's got the 1st down inside the 10, and he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll run with Sanders. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
58, boys, 58, 58, come on. All right, here we go. Let's go, D, let's go. All right, let's get there. 58 for Mike, 58, 58.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Mike, 58, right there.
From the gun, it's Wentz. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll push the lead out to 8. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Jackson. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Jackson. And going deep downfield for Boykin. That's caught at the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds.
1st down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. That is caught at the 7. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Baltimore.
Willie Snead with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And now the Ravens, they're just a 2-point conversion away from tying this up. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Jackson will throw again. Buying time to his left. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful.
We dominate today.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wentz going to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Switch up, switch up. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Ain't no sense.
Wentz now on first down. An incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Now Wentz again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Open man, it's Reagor. He's got it. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he'll be taken down right around the 27.
Ball carrier. He was
frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ingram. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it. Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback. On 2nd and 15 now. Wentz looking middle, and it's incomplete. Rookie Jalen Reagor, the intended target that time. And it's 3rd down. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wentz. And quickly finding Reagor. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead. He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no? You just eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack. Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. From the gun, Jackson. And he fires one incomplete. Mark Andrews, a first-time Pro Bowler, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down. Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. It was Jalen Mills getting a hand in there defensively. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. On the return, Jackson. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
40-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It was Matt Judon that time who worked his way in to blow that play up. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
6. Brings up 3rd and 7.
To throw, it's Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Ingram again. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
The tackle
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now is 4th down.
Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here's Jackson. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
43-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. Another run with Sanders, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
22.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
28 more.
That's good for 28 yards.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
On first down, it's Sanders. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
He was brought down.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He's up 2nd and 3.
They'll go again with Sanders. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
3rd down and 5.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will give him a 12-point lead. So yet another field goal to end the drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
1st and 10.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Now it's Jackson. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And a short gain down to about the 33. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The line of scrimmage.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And this is caught in the end zone by Jalen Reagor. Touchdown Eagles. Jalen Reagor, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On the tackle.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out. Jackson on 1st down.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end that went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
4-yard line.
Again, Jackson. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Touchdown.
Lamar Jackson with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And they will take a knee here.
Go. 120. 58 right there. Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
Today's final score, Eagles.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you still think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Eagles, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles